Hi, this is Rachelle with Journal Life's Journey, and I am here to share these 3 fall or autumn themed journals that I am still working on. They are still a work in progress. They have been a work in progress for quite some time, but I kind of wanted to come on and do some of the finishing things and finish decorating them on the inside with you, share some of the things that I've made to go in these journals. They are fabric covered. They are a single signature. It's kind of hard to tell because I have some of my things just stuck in here that I want to include in the journals. They are approximately 5.5 by 8.5. And the inside cover is cardstock. I'm not at a point where I'm ready to do a flip through, but what I am doing is going through adding the ephemera, the decoration, the pockets, whatever I feel like needs to happen. So we're going to just go through this one that I have here, this first one. I have stuck in things that I want to use in these. I have tags. This is a library card, journaling card, more tags, things like that. I have paper here that I want to turn into a journaling card, tags, things like that. So, and I'm just going to go through this one briefly. There's a lot of white pages in here. I don't really know how I feel about the white paper thing. So for now, I'm leaving it. I'll probably end up covering a lot of this with the decoration that I include. I think this is dot grid. Yeah, this is grid. So it's not exactly plain paper, but it is white paper. And then some of the scrapbook paper and some of the digitals that I used are white on the other side. So this was sprayed with some doilies. I just clipped in that tag, scrapbook paper. So these are kind of true junk journals because they are papers that I wasn't going to be using anywhere else. Like this, it's a scrap piece of paper, and I don't know how I'm going to use it yet, but I wanted to use it in here. This is the envelope, one of the envelopes that I made in a previous video using napkins. And this is what it looks like, and I'm thinking I'm just going to clip it on to the black paper. I think the black paper makes it really pop. So some digital music paper. There's a lot of digitals and a lot of just random papers. I don't have vintage papers or anything like that. So got a little daily to-do list in there. This is a pocket, so I'll be filling that up. Again, white space. This is the center of the signature. As per usual, I left the tails long. I may put something on those. I'm not sure. Anywho, so, and coffee tea stain paper, another pocket here. And this is a little baggie, a Project Life card that I just kind of stuck in there. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Oops. So I did start putting in also some of the things that I've made. I made this in a recent video as well. It's a pocket using Project Life cards, and I did leave it open on the side so I can add things in here. And then these go in the pocket. This is just a little digital from my shop, clipped on with a decorative clip. This is a piece of scrap grid paper, and I just folded it up into a faux envelope. Another piece of scrap paper that I need to do something with. I don't know if I'm just gonna make it a pocket or how I'm gonna work with it, but these are things that I'm just adding into these journals so that when I'm ready to actually sit down and glue things down, they'll be there and ready to go. Again, white space. And this is an insert for custom orders, and I'll probably do something to cover that up. I'll probably leave all of this, but I may cover where it says custom orders. I don't know. I might just leave it. And then another digital grid paper. This is a piece of note paper. And here's another one of the pockets. Oops. Yeah, this one is open on the side too. So then the cards, journaling cards in the pocket. And so as you can see, I have quite a bit of work to do on these. I kind of want to fill them up. This is a tuck space here. And do more with them. This is just some sprayed book page that I haven't decided how I'm going to use it yet. And this is a paper bag. And each of these has one of these in it. And I'm not sure how I'm going to use these either. I'm thinking I may put some goodies to go along with the journal in the bags and just have the bags separately or tie them on whenever I decide what closure I'm going to use. So all of that gives you a good idea of where I am. All three of these pretty much have the same things in them. It's just some random things that I've made with digitals. This is already glued down. It's the envelope, junk mail envelope. That's a pocket. Yeah, so I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna flip through everything because you will see it as I start actually putting these together. So that's where I'm at. So I'm gonna move these aside. I have already recorded some footage of this. These are some journaling cards that I was making using book pages as the base. So this is what I started with, a book page that I glued closed, folded in half, glued it together, and then I did some collage on it. Then I glued some tea or coffee stained paper on the back, and I inked the edges. So this is what the final journaling cards look like. I haven't decorated them or added anything to them. So these two are the two that I have finished. And I'll put the footage in where you can see how I put these together. So as you can see, I finished these two. And then I still have these left. These are in the collage stage, but I have not backed them yet. Okay. And these aren't really giving me a fall vibe. So I'm thinking I need to put something on here that says fall to me. I used scrap papers that I actually had on hand at the time, and none of what I had was fall-ish to me. So, and then I have these that I have not even started collaging on, so maybe I can make these more of a fall look. And then I have this little pocket that I made with misprint insert that's been coffee or tea stained. The original tutorial that I got this from, I think it was Me Crafty Scrapper. That tutorial was using vellum, and I also did a version of this over on my other channel, which I will link in the description box below. So I may do some more of these because I think they're kind of cute, and you can just either clip them into the journal or glue them down and have an extra pocket on the side behind it besides the pocket that's in here. And you can do basically the same thing with an envelope, but I just wanted to share that because I've been collecting all of this stuff and having it just sitting here, and I don't know why I haven't really been digging into it. So I have these dies that I've never used. I got them a couple of months ago, I think. I don't see a name, but you can see that they are leaves. I ordered this from Amazon, I believe. And if it's still available, I will link to it in the description box below. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to make myself some fall leaves to, for one, decorate these cards, these journal cards, and give them more of a fall look. I think that's the way to go for this. And then I also got this. I think I got this from Amazon too, because I didn't want just big leaves. I wanted, you know, varying sizes. And I also have a Biggs die from Tim Holtz that is leaves too, and they are fairly large. So I'm going to grab that die. I'm going to grab my Sizzix. I'm going to grab some sprays, and what I'm going to do is make some leaves. Okay, so this is the other die that I have. This is the approximate size of the leaves that it will cut. And then I also pulled out these random cardstocks so that I can do some spraying. I haven't actually tried using the craft cardstock before, but we're gonna see how that goes. This is my spray box, and I do have just random papers in here to mop up. So I'm just gonna leave those, set this here, and get some sprays. So I have spray stains. I have the new mica spray stains. I have the oxide sprays. Those are all from Tim Holtz. And then I have also the Tattered Angels Glimmer Mists. So I'm just using a mixture of a bunch of different things and a bunch of different colors just to see what we come up with. So this is like a green color. Let's see. This is an oxide. It's kind of pink though, but I think I can make it work. So this is another green. Oh, I gotta remember not to shake like this with the micas. Let me sit down, see if I can see better. I need to shake, swirl, 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 because they say that the mica particles get clogged in the tube. So hopefully that's gonna work. Let's see, maybe I can tilt this a little. Nope, I'm gonna have to stand up. I don't want too much green. I need some brown and some orange going on here. This is Jack-o'-lantern, one of the new mica sprays that came out for Halloween. Shaking these like this takes forever to get the mica moving around in there. I guess if I use them more often, I wouldn't have that problem. But let's shake it a little bit more. It doesn't seem to be working, so let's just go for it. Okay. And the mica is like a glittery look. This is another mica stain. This one hasn't even been opened yet. Phooey. This one is Flickering Candle. Looks like it's a yellow color. These are so hard to get into, but I'm sure they're like that for a reason, since one of the containers that I received in the mail had started to leak, and it didn't leak all over everything else. It stayed within the plastic, the protective plastic, so can't complain. Let's just go for it. I like that color. And then I have this color from Tattered Angels. I can't read what color it is. It's an orange color though. And it looks like it's clogged. Phooey. Oh, nope, there we go. This is Crooked Broomstick. Another mica. Ooh, it's kind of dark. And I think we might stop here on this one before we go too far. I'm going to set that one aside, let it dry. And let's start another one. Start with a different color. This is almost empty. This is Distress Spray Stain. And what color is this? Antique Linen. This is Walnut Stain. Another just spray stain. I'm running very low on those. And let's do the Broken Broomstick again. And then we'll add a little orange to that from Tattered Angels. Let's add a little green, grunge it up a little bit. Darker leaves. Set that aside to dry. And I should be doing both sides, huh? I'm not going to, because most of these are going to be glued down. So that would just be a waste of spray stain or spray to do the back side if it's going to be glued down on something. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish these up with a variety of the sprays, and then I'll catch you on the other side. All right, so this one, I don't know, for whatever reason, I always thought that the craft paper from Michaels was different from the other cardstocks, and I could tell that it is different. It has some type of coating on it or something where the sprays were not soaking into the paper like they normally do on the other cardstocks. So that is why I mopped up using another piece of paper. But this has some really cool mica patterns on it, but I'm not sure that that's going to show through the camera. But I like the way that turned out. I like the coloring of it. So we have that one. These are all still kind of damp. Then this one, and I need to dry them. I'm gonna let them dry. I don't think I'm gonna hit them with the heat gun. This one is okay, but they all have that shimmer to them because I did use those mica sprays. So, and they'll look really nice once the leaves are cut out. I did this on my Instagram last year for one of my micro daily spreads, where I sprayed the paper and then cut out the leaves and they looked very realistic. Only on that I did emboss them. I don't think I'll be embossing them this time. So we got a pretty good variation in color, I think. I probably should have put some speckles on more of these than I did, but I think we're gonna have some nice leaves. So I'm gonna let these dry and then I'll come back and start cutting them out. Okay, so we are back. Something's different about the craft paper once again. This one dried first, so I am going to start with the craft paper. I just need to cut this in half because that is the only way I'm going to get it to go through the Big Shot, and I just don't want to pull out my paper trimmer. It's not the best way to do it, and I'm going to take the lazy way of doing this. I'm not going to cut these apart. I'm going to leave them together and do my first cuts that way. Let's get my sandwich situation in order. I'm going to lay that there. Put this here. Try to get as much as I can out of this piece of paper. It's a lot of pieces. Oh, it's some teeny tiny ones in here. I didn't know that they were that small. Oh boy. Okay. So hopefully I can keep up with these. Maybe I should tape them. There we go. Losing them already. I'm probably trying to do too much at once, but we'll see how it goes. Let me get the one that I dropped. So maybe I didn't even really need the little ones, but we'll go with it for now. I'm just gonna take this and carefully place it on top. Hopefully nothing moved too much, and then okay, let's see what we got. I need my pokey tool. There's that one. Looks like a brown leaf. Okay. Alrighty, so even though the leaves cut with the die that I got from Amazon, the words did not. It's like partially, and I don't know if it's because it's on the edge. I don't know, but I'll try again. And this would make a good stencil for spraying. So I'm gonna hold on to that, probably put it in my spray box. And so I'm gonna try and cut this again with this one. No, I'm gonna cut the big leaves. Let's hold off on that and let's try with this, with the bigs die. So we don't need the platform for this one. We just need this, this. Let's push it all the way to the edge. And this. Let's see what we can get. So these are the bigger leaves. And these will look much better. Oop, I got that one kind of close to the edge. But I think it just barely made it. Yeah. But these can, once they're inked, they will look completely different. So these are what came out. Let's try one more time. Let's keep these together with another color. Let's try this one. It's still damp though. Let's see. That's what that looks like. Let's put it on the black so you can see it a little better. So these are a little more colorful than these, even though these have the mica, really heavy mica look on them. So that is what that looks like. And I can like go around these with a red ink, maybe do walnut stain on those, we'll see. But that is what they are looking like. So I'm going to cut out the rest of these and I'll be back. Okay, so this is my stack or pile of fall leaves that I have to work with. I didn't get as good colors as I did the last time. I don't know where my red spray is, and I got tired of digging through them trying to figure it out. I need to organize them and put labels on the tops of all of them, like something like this. So I had started labeling them and I need to finish. Anywho, so I will start inking these up. Okay, so I am back with a little progress. I did kind of decorate 2 of the finished cards. So this is what this one looks like with the leaves on it. And I had that one back here. Let's see. Here, I think that's where I was going to put it. And then I had this one clipped in the front. This is what it looks like, and I just put a couple of the leaves on there. So there is that, those two. Then these are still in progress. I'm in the process of backing them, but this is what the front looks like. That's the backing. And then I have these two on the backing that I just need to trim out. But this is what the leaves are looking like on the journaling cards. So you can see that. So that is it for the fall leaves. I may not even, I don't know, I may not actually put any papers on these and just use the leaves on them, maybe. I don't know, but then I have this piece of paper here to back them. And then I was also thinking of making a belly band with the leaves, something like this. Whoops. And I'd probably mix in some of the smaller leaves along with that. I don't know, I have to get the positioning right, but I'm probably gonna make at least 3 belly bands to go in the journals like that, something like that. Okay. And also I did go back and do some stenciling type spraying with the negative space that was left over from cutting the leaves. You can't really see it on this side. You can see it a little on this side, what I did. So I'm either going to use these to make envelopes or pockets or something to go in the journals. Here's another one. And these were those 2 mop-up pages that I used. But this is another one with the negative space sprays. So I just put these papers in the box and put the negative space pieces on them. Let's see if I have one like this, even though this isn't the one. I put 2 of them on there and I just sprayed. So that is how that came out. These would make nice pages, actual pages in the journal too. So that is it. I still have quite a few leaves to work with here. There's plenty. And I did use walnut stain to do the inking. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. That is it for the fall leaves. As I progress with the journals, I will share what I'm doing. I think the next thing I will be working on is the belly bands after I finish these cards. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or questions, leave them below and I'll holler at y'all next time. Bye.